Hello again, this is Imaduck doing another Innistrad 4322. Once again just doing a 4322 because I sat in the 8-4 slot for a while and wasn't starting, so here I am. So, yep, gonna do some 8-4 or some 4322 goodness here. Alright, first pack we open Grimoire of the Dead. I've only seen this played once, and it seemed pretty bad. You know, if you get it out early enough, like, maybe you can get it going, but it's so slow, and it's requiring you to discard cards, and this format can be just so fast, you're just gonna get beat down. Alright, so then, that leaves us, it looks like the blue cards are the best cards in this pack. We've got Claustrophobia, Grasp, Cloister Youth. Grasp is pretty insane, and I'm not sure if it's actually better than Claustrophobia or not. But Claustrophobia is pretty good too. The one downside is Grasp. I mean, of course, Grasp can be pretty amazing and time walk them and all that. But on top of that, it only costs 1 blue, whereas Claustrophobia is double blue. But I think I like Claustrophobia just a little better, and that might be wrong, but we'll see. There's not really anything else in this pack, though, that's better than just solid removal. In this pack is a lot less interesting. Obviously, there's nothing in blue that we want. Sensory deprivation is playable, but, you know, it's like a 23rd card, basically. Got a few green choices, and we also have Abby Griffin, who's not very good. So I could take a wolf or a viper, which are both like middling green creatures, or I could try to go white and try to get just a nice blue-white deck. I don't think I'm giving up much if I don't take a green creature here, and I do cut the white here, which, I don't know, has some value. Desperate Ravings is alright, too, and we are in blue. Alright, we do have a blue card, so could use that, but it's not really a strong enough card to really want to send me into this. I don't like blue-green at all, so this kind of goes with our first pick the best, so I'm just going to do that for now. We'll see where it takes us. So you see Silent Departure and Drownyard. And Drownyard's actually pretty sweet and limited, because you can just mill out your opponent so easily. That would push us into blue-black, and we haven't seen any black yet, really, so I think I'm just going to take the safer pick, which is the Silent Departure, because this card's just good. Think Twice is also fine. Pitchburn Devils are good. Grizzled Outcasts are actually pretty good, and had I taken a green card, I would probably slam that pretty hard. In fact, but I think I'm just going to try to stay in color and take the Silent Departure. It's close, but yeah, I think I'll take the Silent Departure here. Unbreathing Horde is crappy. So in blue, we've got the Occultist, who I like a lot, because it just works with a lot of your strategies, you know, trying to get stuff in your graveyard, and it's also just a very solid blocker. The Interloper, who's alright in black, and really nothing else. Another Desperate Raving, so let's just take the Occultist. The Late Noble, he's pretty amazing. If we don't take him, we would probably take Champelgeist, who's alright. Pretty decent. I mean, it's got a big butt and some flyer, and it gets in and all that. This guy's just so much better than that, and it's coming around late. I'm just going to go ahead and try that. We'll see. Here I see Ghoul Razor, Corpse Lunge, nothing else. We don't have any ghouls yet, but we could end up with some. Nothing else is really playable. I mean, this guy's Corpse Lunge is okay, but not amazing. Although in blue-black, Corpse Lunge is actually alright, because you can just mill guys in your graveyard and then use it. So, maybe better than Ghoul Razor? Not sure. I think I'm actually going to take the Corpse Lunge. We'll just see, just because I don't have any zombies at the moment. Here we've got a lot of choices. Range Assistant, Markov Patrician, One-Eyed Scarecrow are all kind of good in the blue-black archetype. Though we don't really have anything right now that is really good other than the nobles. We don't have anything to ramp to just yet, but this will help us if we start getting some of the more blue stuff. Whereas this guy's just really good too. I think I'm going to take the Deranged Assistant, but that's kind of a tough call. Here we can pick up that Ghoul Razor. Nothing really else. Here, maybe Village Cannibals over... I mean, the Occultist is good, and we're not really solid in any colors yet. But I'm kind of fine with taking the Village Cannibals here. We've passed a lot of red, and well, and there isn't really any good red. Not super excited with how this draft is going so far. I'll take the Stromkirk Patrol, but I really don't like running this card. It's just not very good. Nothing in this pack. I really don't consider Dream Twist playable. I mean, maybe, you know, yeah, it keeps their werewolves from flipping sometimes or something, and maybe you'll mill stuff outright, but yeah, I just don't like that card. Sure. So I'm not super happy with that pack at all. We got a few solid blue enablers, a couple of those, but we really need some good cards to go with it to make this really work. Alright, so here the obvious best pick is Brimstone Volley. I mean, it's the best card, but as far as what works with our deck, Stitch Strike is pretty amazing. And maybe some would argue even better than Brimstone Volley, I'm not sure, but Stitch Strike is quite good. Just a lot of pressure, good at blocking, all that stuff. I could take the Bonds of Faith, but I think I'm pretty solidly out of white right now, so let's just go with Armored Scab, and hopefully we'll dig up some more stuff that'll work well. But maybe this is one of the reasons why you should pick Grasp over Claustrophobia, is because if you're in this blue mill archetype, you know, one works and the other doesn't. Here, gonna pick up a very nice Screeching Bat. I could also take Victim of Night, which is good. But sometimes you get screwed using this card. Maybe that's a better pick. I really like Screeching Bat. It's just very tough to beat with, and just kind of the card we want. It's close, and maybe a lot of people would say just take the removal, but I bet we can pick up some more removal. Or Screeching Bat, you don't see as much. Like another Victim of Night right here. Or Claustrophobia, which I think Claustrophobia is better than Victim of Night, so, you know, just being unconditional. Man, this is just a good pack. I would love to just take this whole pack, but, yeah. So I'll take the Claustrophobia here. Seems alright. So I think we're pretty clearly in blue-black here. So let's see. Yeah, so we definitely need some more little drops. Some more blockers. More Occultists would be good. If that one Occultist, I think it was one of the first pack we opened, maybe? It would be great if that wheeled. I don't know if it will. Here, yeah, it looks definitely like the Patrician. It's close between the Partition and the Scarecrow, because the Scarecrow is actually really good, and like there's certain decks that will just destroy us, and Scarecrow will stop that type of deck. But you can get those later. The Patrician, though, is very good. They're just kind of one of the little drops we want, you know. And it's nice if we end up with a lot of removal. Here it's between Deranged Assistant and Walking Corpse. I actually don't have a lot to ramp to. Don't have a huge urge to mill anything yet. So that almost makes me want to pick the Walking Corpse, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Deranged Assistant. It's just a better enabler. Here, Diagraph Ghoul, Deranged Assistant, Blazing Torch. I think we just take the Blazing Torch. We've got 11 creatures, so we've got a reasonable amount of creatures for using Blazing Torch. That's good. Here, I'll just take a Maniac, I think. I'm always wary of going on the Maniac plant, but at the very least, he's a 2/2 for 3. I really like Fortress Crab. It just shuts down some decks. Green is looking kind of open now. This card's actually quite good. All those green cards are playable there. I'll take a Fortress Crab. Here it's between another Corpse Lunge and not much else. I mean, we don't have a lot of big guys yet to throw in our graveyard, but there's really just nothing else for us in this pack. Corpse Lunge can be alright. I mean, we do have a lot of enablers as far as putting dudes in the graveyard, so that's not bad. Ghoul Razor, I'll take it. I don't know if I'll run it. Sure, I will take another Blazing Torch, though. Sounds good. Yeah, Ultra's Reap. Might run the garbage. So yeah, still not a lot of action on our side, unfortunately. We really need to pick some things up. I'm glad I did pick that Screeching Bat. Well, there's a Kessig Wolf run. Unfortunately, we're in neither of those colors, but that card is insane. A lot of decent red cards in this pack, but I think it's just... and then Prey Upon, which is nice. So lots of nice stuff in this pack for people not in our colors. But I'll take a Galvanic Juggernaut. Seems alright. Here we've got a lot of choices. Ooh, Unburial Rites, eh? That is interesting. Because I may splash white to bring that back. Because that card is just, it's so good. Otherwise, there's the Ghoul, the Patrician, the Typhoid Rats. I don't want to splash white just for that. Maybe it's wrong, though. Maybe I should, but... Because our 3-drop spot is so full, I think I'm fine with the Ghoul over the Patrician here. I'm going to do that. Maybe should have done them Burial Rites. Not sure. Well, we don't have any curses for that, so I think we're just going to go with the solid 3/3 flyer. Seems fine. Banshee's pretty alright. I don't really see anything else we want here, so... Village Cannibal, Stitcher's Apprentice, Walking Corpse. Stitcher's Apprentice can enable the Banshee and the Juggernaut. Sure. I'll take a Stitcher's Apprentice. And a nice late Moon Heron, which seems fine in our deck. Let's see. Just got to start cutting the deck down here. Won't need the Fortress Crab in this deck. Maybe we'll cut one of the Ghoul Razors. I don't think we need the Maniac. I think I want to take the Ghoul over the other. We already have 2 Deranged Assistants, and we don't have a ton of things that we actually want to mill. So I think it's just fine just to take the Ghoul here. The Ghoul's just really nice. 3/2 first strike, just huge. And if you get 2 of them out, you just make an unstoppable wall, basically. I think I've got so many 3-drops that having a 1-drop isn't super important, and the fact that this one comes in tapped makes it even less useful. So I'm going to take the One-Eyed Scarecrow. I may not run it main, but it can be really important in some matches, so having it on the side could be useful. I don't think there's anything I would play here. No, we don't really need a... Well, Fence Snake could be okay, because we've got the double Corpse Lunge, although I don't know if I'll run them both, but... for the time being, yeah, I'll take the Fence Snake. I don't want a second Alter's Reap. Typhoid Rat seems good. I don't really want either of those, so I'm just going to take the Night Revelers, I guess. Sure. Alright. So, I'm not super excited, but it's not a bad deck. We've got some removal. Actually got a good bit of removal. And then we've got a few flyers and stuff I can get there. These first strike guys, a Juggernaut. May not be so bad. So, we'll see. We'll see. So I may cut a Blazing Torch. Not sure. Banshee. Ghoul. Those are both zombies, so maybe Ghoul Razor will happen. Plus with all of our mill and stuff, that actually might work out alright. Don't know about cannibals. So cannibals, Scarecrow. Don't know about Alter's Reap, probably not running it. First Corpse Lunge, don't know about the second one. And let's see. Stray, Claustrophobia. The mana's going to be a little annoying in this deck. Just because there's so many double colored ones. Silent Departure. Alright. Yeah, so that's 24 already. So we need to cut one out of this. Do I cut a Blazing Torch or a Corpse Lunge? Or is there a creature I don't care about? How many pieces of removal? So that's 1, 2.5, 3, 4.5, 5.5, 6. We'll call that another half. So about 6 pieces of removal, which is pretty good. I think I'm going to cut a Blazing Torch. I think that's going to do less for us. Though maybe that's wrong because I've got several guys with 4 or 5 power, 3 power, you know. So which does a little bit more than Blazing Torch. So maybe this is okay. Alright, well I'm going to give that a try. Yeah, I don't want the Dream Twist. You know, so Blazing Torch might be something we end up siding in. Like I said, Scarecrow can be the same way. We could end up siding that in. Don't think I need a second Corpse Lunge. How many zombies do I have? Bio by creature type. Does that work? Never actually used the bio by creature type. These are all just those 4 guys are the zombies. 5, 6 zombies. Yeah, see that could actually be useful with the amount of mill we have. And then with, yeah, 6 zombies, that could actually be pretty useful. So I'm going to try it like this, and we'll see if it's not enough removal. Let's see, bound by color, suggest 9, 8. Yeah, I guess that's right. Now Ghoul Razor is double black, which makes me almost want to switch out. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to give this a try. I'm still learning some things about the format, so there may be some things wrong here, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think our curve is okay. You know, we've got enough early guys. You know, a lot of 3 drops, which is good. 18 creatures, which is good. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. Alright, I'll see you when round 1 starts. I think I'm actually going to do a Blazing Torch over a Stitcher's Apprentice.